Welcome back to Antigua and Barbuda Today. Two more interviews before we go. We're now speaking, as we celebrated World Art Day yesterday, and let's call it World Art Weekend. We're still talking to another artist this morning. We're talking to Joya Cousins. I remember her as Joya Martin. Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning, Ursula. Good morning, Antigua and Barbuda.
How are things with you, Joya?
I'm doing really well today. It's a bit cold here in France, but I'm happy to be home, at least virtually for the moment.
All right, happy to have you. All right, your artwork prominently displayed behind you. Talk us through how you got into art.
Well, it happened by accident, actually. About 4 years ago, I was a housewife. I'd recently moved to France, and I saw Brenda Lee Brown on Instagram starting a 100-day art project. So while I was learning French, I thought, okay, I'll occupy myself with doing some doodles every day for 100 days and see where it leads. And, you know, that has turned into a passion of mine. And in the last year and a half, I've been painting professionally, so it's turned into even more.
And in terms of what your favorite things are to paint, I see a lot of portraits there. Is that what you really specialize in?
I paint only portraits. I'm inspired by people, and I think that faces are the most beautiful things that I could possibly paint.
All right, how long have you been doing it though, Joy? Because this seems like very accomplished work.
Thank you so much. I've put in 4,000 hours so far, but it's been 4 years. I celebrated my 4th anniversary since doing my first doodle just yesterday.
Wow, so congratulations. Where do you see yourself going though? What's the next big step for you as an artist, you think?
I love what I do. For the last year and a half, as I said, I've been painting portraits exclusively for clients. And I love that. I'm not the artist who wants to make a statement with my work. I serve people through my work. I bring joy through my work. I call them love stories on canvas. So that's what I do, and that's what I see myself doing for the foreseeable future.
I'm looking at your work, Joy, and I'm wondering how affordable is this, because this looks like stunning work. Well, don't talk exact dollars and cents here, but you know, how are you affordable?
Everything is relative. You know, some people will pay $1,500 for a carnival costume. I don't even know what they run for anymore. And others say, no, that's too expensive. Somebody will buy, you know, an iPhone, brand new iPhone. That's fine. They'll buy, you know, Jordans. I don't know what's in fashion right now. So affordability is basically always based on how important you think whatever the value you place on whatever you're purchasing. Let's just put it that way.
Very diplomatic in that answer. All right.
Artwork lasts forever. Okay, it's immortalization, and you know, it's my clients buy them to honor, you know, their wives, their children, their parents. It's a gift that will last forever. Generations from now, the artwork will still be there. So it's really an investment.
Yes, it is indeed, and I can see it's a very worthwhile one indeed. Just to clarify, male costumes now go over $1,500, Joy. Females, twice that. So they've doubled since I think you last checked the prices.
Right. And you wear it for 2 days. The memories last a lifetime, of course, but the physical item, you know, it disappears. Yes. Art lasts forever.
Indeed. Now, there may be an artist struggling or otherwise with some maybe inert desire to draw, to paint, but doesn't really know how to get started. What would be your advice to somebody who is just starting out on a journey to perhaps get to where you are?
Honestly, I would say just get started. And not only get started, but keep doing it. The best advice I can offer anybody who wants to be an artist or who loves art is to make space for your art. And by space, I don't just mean time. I mean, make the mental space, make the space in your life to actually create, and try to create every single day. If you put in the hours and you put in the effort, you will get there, especially if you develop that love. If it's something that you're passionate about, all it takes is devotion and practice.
And do you recommend that, you know, go to a fine art school? Do you think that's really necessary? Or is it about plugging in the hours, perfecting your craft? What would you think? Or is it a mixture of both?
I'm biased because I haven't had art training. I signed up for A-level art in my 2nd year after dropping chemistry, and the examiners were not impressed. So basically for the next 25 years, I didn't pick up a paintbrush or do anything at all. And so I don't have a BFA or an MFA or anything else. This is self-taught work. So as far as I'm concerned, there's no need to go to art school. I'm sure the benefits are infinite, especially if you want to do studio work, the connections that you'll make there, the instruction is invaluable. But we live in a world now where you can learn almost anything from the internet. There's YouTube, there's Instagram, Facebook. You can follow artists that you love. You can sign up for online courses. I've personally never done that, but I'm sure that there's a lot available. So that should never be seen as an excuse not to get started in terms of art.
All right, Joya, time flies when having fun, so you're almost out of time, but how can we follow you and your work? You have a social media presence?
Absolutely. I'm on practically every platform. It's Joya Cousin, all in one: Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. I'm easy to find. LinkedIn as well, Joya Cousin.
All right, Joya, thanks so much for joining us. We are out of time. Really appreciated talking to you this morning and delving into your work. I can't try to save my life, so good to see somebody else flourishing in that regard.
Thanks for having me. Have a great weekend.
All right, you too. Take care. All right, Joya Martin, cousin there, who joined us live from France to talk about her foray into the world of art.